And the consciousness. So what is the consciousness? This is a very difficult answer. Okay, it's very difficult to know what is consciousness. If you are asking a philosopher, they may give you a different different definition than a neuroscientist. So mainly the awareness of the surrounding and awareness of self is a consciousness. And for the consciousness, usually you have the information, you're processing information from general somatic afferent, a special somatic afferent, a special visceral afferent, but most of the time you do not process general visceral afferent. So only in some specific conditions you can consciously become aware of general visceral afferent. Also, you will be consciously aware of general somatic efferent and special visceral efferent. These are for skeletal muscle, but you may not be aware of the general visceral efferent. So the smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, most of the time you may not be aware of that. For the consciousness, you really need a lot of different inputs. You have emotional inputs from the limbic system. You have the reticular formation that processes sensory and motor information. Reticular formation is really important. Once it gets sensory information, it wakes up and then it sends it to other parts of the brain. Also, any motor activity that you do, the reticular formation is awake and keeping the brain awake. You can get proprioceptive information from cerebellum, and that's in the thalamus. You also get a different type of the sensory stimuli like touch and pain and temperature, things like that, from the spine and also from the brainstem through the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. You also get the special senses from the eyes and from the ears, taste and things like that. So, and you're also getting motor information from the basal ganglia. So all of them are sent to the thalamus, and then the thalamus communicates with different part of the cortex of the brain, and there is bilateral pathways there. So there's a thalamocortical from thalamus to cortex, and corticothalamic from the cortex back to the thalamus. So it is communicating with each other, and the job of thalamus is that to make the body aware of something that is going on right now. So that synchronization is really important, that anything that's happening outside or maybe inside the body, the person has to be aware at that moment. And the nucleus that is really important is the thalamic reticular nucleus. This is really important. It has a lot of connection with the cortex of the brain, and then it activates different parts of the brain, and also it deactivates different parts of the thalamus, depends on the type of stimulus. So that's why you can make it focused. Also, intralaminar nuclei are important for consciousness and cortical awakening.